Miss Google, so
Sir, I'll be right with you, okay? I'll be right with you. Okay. I don't think you finished it now. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hi, sir. May I take your order, please?
yes, you may. Let me have a stack of inspiration, a cup of motivation, a side of excellence with just a dash of extraordinary, and bring me an order of blessings with the plate of satisfaction, followed by a bowl of laughter with just a sprinkle of some personality. Better than that, just give me the Lady T show.
T, 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 T. Lay, D, T, 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 T. Lay, D, T, T, T. Lay, D, T. Lady T is on your TV. Call everyone you know. It's time for the Lady T show. Don't you turn the TV. You will miss all of the information, inspiration, motivation. Now let me hear my Lady T fans. Lady T, Lady T, Lady T, Lady T fans, yeah. Lady T, Lady T. Now let me hear my Lady T fans. Lady T, Lady T, Lady T.
Yeah.
It's time for the Lady T show. All right, cut. It's a wrap. Cut. Stop. Hi, welcome to the Lady T show. I'm your host, Lady T, and this is my co-host, Ronda.
Hi.
We were just talking about some ideas for the show. We're in this nice new location, a lot of space, so our creative wheels are turning. But I want to welcome all of you, and I want you to call somebody that you know, call somebody that you love, call somebody you can't stand, and tell them to tune into the Lady T show, because this is a platform to help the community and also promote different businesses as well. And I think, Rhonda, you had something you wanted to discuss. You didn't want to, but I feel like this is an opportunity for you to spread your co-host wings, your little co-host wings, and discuss.
I'm good.
You said something about New Year's resolutions.
Well, everyone makes New Year's resolutions. Not that I'm a believer of such, but a lot of people go with weight loss. I can definitely stand to lose some weight.
Me too.
And that leads us to tonight's show.
That's right.
We're going to be talking about a new diet plan. We have a guest speaker. What's our speaker's name?
Our speaker's name is Stefanie, and I hope I'm saying it right, Stefanie Prokopiou. I think that's how we say it. But that was an awesome segue. See, you're doing good. You're going to take the reins to the Lady T show one day and just ride on out there.
We'll see.
That was awesome. But yes, Stefanie is going to call in tonight, and she's talking about the keto diet. And I don't know if many of you out there have heard of the keto diet. It's actually the ketogenic diet. So she's going to talk about that, and she didn't say, she doesn't want to talk about the dangers, but she wants to talk about the correct way to do the diet.
Okay.
So
That's needed, because a lot of times we will take on different weight loss plans and go about them the wrong way, and ultimately end up hurting ourselves, and that's not good.
It's not. And as I was reading about the ketogenic diet, I don't think it was something I would probably want to do. Do you remember the Atkins diet?
Yes.
I think
Atkins
that
was a big diet.
It was it okay? I mean, was it?
I didn't personally try it, but I did see a lot of my friends lose on it. So
It seems like I heard that it was, after a while, it was,
You get to a standstill.
Yeah.
But that's with any diet. If you don't, you'll get to a level playing ground. So
Right.
you have to learn how to burn the calories after you get to your equal playing ground.
gotcha. And it was safe, the Atkins diet?
I can't make that promise to you.
Yeah.
Can't tell you that it was
That it
safe.
was.
No diet is safe if it's not done the correct way.
Right.
So you just have to follow guidelines and
Yeah.
consult your doctor.
I kind of agree with you there. As I was reading about the ketogenic diet, it appears that you cut out carbs, which a lot of diets now are saying you should cut out carbs. You cut out carbs, you cut out sugars, and you're kind of forcing your, you cut out fats, sugars, carbs, pastas, and all of that, and you're forcing your, make you hungry. Yeah, all of the good stuff, of course, and you're forcing your body to use its proteins, which to me, that kind of, I don't know, it just kind of raised a red flag. So we're going to open
But
up.
you know what, football players, it's kind of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They eat a lot of proteins and burn their bodies off of proteins. So
Okay. So again, that brings us back to the point that you made. You have to do it the correct way.
the correct way, right?
So we're going to talk to Stefanie in just a few moments here, but we want to make sure that we get the number up on the screen. If you would like to call in, we know that there are many of you out there that may have started on this keto diet. I know I have a couple of acquaintances that I know that she's laughing. Why is she laughing? We have some studio guests. They thought it was funny, but I do have a couple of acquaintances that have started this keto diet, and in my opinion, I'm probably wrong. Could be wrong. I don't think it's the best route to go when you force your body to use proteins. Maybe that's not what it is, but Stefanie will definitely shed some light on it for us.
I think it helps for me, like the muscle building, the muscle aspect, and making your body more lean. I don't know. I'm not sure. She's laughing because she tells me all the time she has associates instead of friends.
Well, yeah. It's just like the pastor said today at Kim. You don't. How will you have 800 friends on Facebook? You don't have 800 friends. You have people who want to be nosy or acquaintances.
Definitely.
But that is so true. I don't know. I've seen people on this keto diet, and it works. It actually works, but I don't think it's the right. I don't want to get into hot water. I just don't think it's a good idea to do it. So.
To each his own. I mean, as long as you're doing it safely. I don't condone dieting. Just if you would cut back and eat your veggies and do things in proportionate sizes,
Right.
then I think you would have a better outcome. But
yeah, and that's one thing we can ask Stefanie. I guess me being a biology major, I'm thinking you've got to have some fats, you've got to have some carbs, you've got to have some sugar. You have different sources that you can get those from, and then you have your proteins in your body that are important. So when I'm thinking of my body feeding off of proteins, it's just.
Well, I like it
not a
all,
good
as you
idea.
can tell. I like it. You got to have a combination of all of it, but in moderation.
Yeah.
Everything
We'll see.
done in moderation.
We'll ask her when we get ready to call her in just a minute here. So there's a number up on the screen. If you're on this keto diet and you have some feedback for us, we love to hear from you. If we have time after we talk to Stefanie, we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Kingdom Empowerment Ministries and Apostle Emma Speaker Dickens. Want you to keep a lookout for the Lady T show because Kim is going to be up here the next two shows, and they're going to be talking about the upcoming Valentine's events that they have. So you don't want to miss that.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Always.
If you are single and Christian and you're looking to network with other singles, you do not want to miss these events that are coming up.
Definitely not.
So they will be, as my co-host likes to say, they will be off
The hook.
off the hook, off the chain, off the hook, off the chain. So let's get ready to call Stefanie and talk to her because I definitely want to hear what she has to say about this keto diet. And my stage engineer, Lee, he's going to get her picture in the corner of the screen there so you can kind of get a face to a name and a voice so you can talk to her. If you'd like to talk to her, you can call in and we're going to talk to her right now.
All right.
And she's not local, she's in Zebulon, but she's going to give us contact information as a registered dietitian. She has a master's degree in public health, and she's very experienced. So we're going to hear what she has to say about this ketogenic diet.
Well, that's always a plus. As long as if you choose to diet, as long as you're going about it the right way, then you should get some type of results. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, good.
Hey, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on the show by way of phone, and talking with us about the keto diet.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be talking with y'all.
And I was trying to pronounce your name. I said Stefanie Prokopiou. Is that right?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Prokopiou. Yes.
Prokopiou. Okay. I was close. Prokopiou.
Very good.
I know. I pride myself off of getting people's names right, so I was really hoping that I got that one right. Stefanie Prokopiou.
Very close. Yeah,
Okay.
It's Greek, and so Greek last names always have that difficulty.
Okay. Well, I was just telling our viewers that you are a registered dietitian, you have your master's degree, and are very experienced in a lot of different areas of dieting and nutrition. And of course, we were talking about the ketogenic diet. So can you shed some light on what exactly is this diet?
Yeah, of course. I think that it is one of the upcoming trends for this year and even last year, but I think that we have been hearing it a lot, and definitely I see a lot of on Pinterest keto recipes and things like that. So without getting too sciencey into it, the ketogenic diet is a metabolic process of the body where instead of glucose, the body transitions into using ketone bodies as a fuel source. So normally we use carbohydrates and things like sugars, which then turn into glucose in the body, and that is what the body uses as its fuel source. So instead, the body is using ketones, which come from fat, as the main fuel source for the body.
So that's one of the things that my co-host and I was talking about. Your body normally uses fat and sugars, but is this diet, are we correct in saying this diet is forcing your body to use protein as fuel?
No. No, your body most often uses carbohydrates, glucose, as the main fuel source. So when you deplete those glucose stores, so let's say you're, in the normal diet, you're eating breads and rice and things that have carbs in it and fruit, and you deplete the body of the glucose, then it starts breaking down the protein in the body. Once that is gone, then it uses fat in the body to use for energy. And so the fat that you're intaking is now the main fuel source for the body to basically essentially stay alive.
That's interesting. Well, I'm glad I was wrong in saying that the body is forcing itself to use that protein. It just seems like, I don't know, it's similar to the Atkins diet, correct?
It's a little bit different than the Atkins diet. The Atkins most focuses on proteins as well as fats. But the key to these types of diets or lifestyles is that you want to maintain a normal blood sugar, because when we eat foods with carbohydrates, let's say breads and rices as the main ones, your blood sugar is always spiking up and down, and it's not maintained at a specific level. It has peaks like a roller coaster. When you're using fat as the fuel source, you don't have that up and low, roller coaster ride of your blood sugar, which then also messes things up metabolically.
Gotcha.
And also, you also, especially for women, we don't want our proteins to break down in the body, because proteins is where our muscles come from. Our muscles use protein, and so then that would be a breakdown of our muscles as well. And especially for men too, they don't want to lose that muscle. So we definitely want to feed our body with enough of protein, but then making sure that we have either ketones or glucose as the fuel source. So our bodies definitely try to use proteins as the last resort for energy, because, again, that would be breaking down the muscle, and you would lose muscle loss.
Okay. Which wouldn't be too
Muscle
safe.
mass, muscle mass.
Which wouldn't be too safe. So, is it okay to say this diet would be okay for diabetics?
So let me kind of just go into, because I know that some people have heard of ketoacidosis, which is a term related to diabetes.
Right.
And that occurs when you have a really high elevated blood sugar, over between the 300 to 500 and sometimes larger range. And that occurs when there isn't enough insulin to make glucose. So then your body uses fat stores. And then that is based on the failure of the insulin mechanisms on your body versus the ketosis, the diet approach of ketosis. So there's definitely clinical research to support that the ketogenic diet or ketosis is appropriate for the diabetes population, but specifically more so for the type 2 diabetes rather than the type 1, because the type 1, your body isn't making that insulin. So you're giving your body insulin, exogenous insulin. So for type 2 diabetes, yes, this is definitely okay.
Okay. I was wondering, I have a little bit of a background dealing in health, and I just wondered.
Okay, yeah. There's definitely research to support that ketosis and ketogenic diet is safe, and it's beneficial for the diabetic population, because you're keeping your blood sugar stable, and you're not, again, doing the roller coaster of high and low and trying to balance it, and making sure that you have adequate carbohydrates and adequate proteins at each meal to stabilize your blood sugar. So with the use of fat, your body relying on fat rather than glucose and carbohydrates, your body isn't going to be having those roller coasters of blood sugar.
Gotcha. Now, Stephanie, we do have a question from our viewers through social media. Is there any fasting involved with the keto diet?
No, there is no fasting involved with the keto diet. Some people do intermittent fasting, and that's a whole different topic, but specifically for the ketogenic diet, you do not have to fast, and there's no requirement to fast.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm glad that you're calling in, because it's so many people doing this diet. Some of them are not doing it correctly. Some are, but I do have to say this diet does work. I've seen the results, and I was impressed with the results. Can you tell us how to start it and the correct way that we should be doing this keto diet?
Definitely. This diet is not about calorie restriction.
Oh, yes.
More of a lifestyle change, and we're restricting the nutrient of carbohydrates. And so we're using the fats to help our hormones to regulate our satiety, to tell us when we're hungry and when we're full. And it's definitely not a diet where you're just eating bacon, meat, and cheese. I know I've seen a lot on social media where people just kind of load up their fridge with those three things and think that, okay, yay, I'm going to go on a ketogenic diet and just eat bacon and just eat cheese, but it's totally not about that, because you're missing all of the antioxidants, vitamins, and nutrients that your body needs when you're just eating bacon and cheese, because that is just protein and fat, essentially. So, how to begin? I would definitely recommend not going cold turkey on cutting out all of the carbohydrates unless you have a very strong will. Most people are used to eating breads and rice and crackers and things like that. And so going cold turkey is going to make you feel like this is a diet versus a lifestyle change, and it will cause you to relapse eventually, just because you've gone so long with eating carbs, and then all of a sudden one day you wake up and you tell your mind and your body, nope, I'm not having that. So I would definitely start off transitioning by just doing higher fat foods and eliminating simple carbs. And so maybe the first couple weeks you just cut down on your carbohydrate servings, or maybe you skip them at breakfast and just eat them during lunch, things like that. And then adding in those higher fat foods like ghee, grass-fed organic butter, coconut oil, nuts, avocado, eggs, making sure that your meats are grass-fed and organic. Other things like olives. I know collagen is the in thing right now too. So that is where I would recommend someone to get started, is just cutting back on the simple carbs and then adding higher fat foods until you feel comfortable enough to essentially cut down all of your carbohydrates to where you are only at about 30 grams of carbohydrates per day.
30 grams per day. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
So let me give you an example of what 30 grams of carbohydrates looks like in the carbohydrate world. That is 2 slices of toast. So 1 slice of bread has 15 grams of carbohydrate. So if we cut out all of the carbs, those 30 grams of carbohydrates are going to come from, let's say you eat some dairy or some vegetables, because vegetables do have carbohydrates. So that is essentially where your carbohydrates are now coming from, is from your leafy greens like kale, collard greens, spinach, tomatoes, olives, avocado, all of those vegetables. They still have just a very, very tiny bit of carbohydrate. And so adding all of that throughout the day is going to total about 30 grams.
Okay. Stephanie, we have about 3 minutes left, and I wish we had more time, because this is just simply awesome. I think people, when they hear high fat, everything you just named was like a healthy high fat.
Yes.
So I'm thinking high fat, this is fried chicken and, stuff like that.
That's what we tend to think. That's what we want.
Stephanie, if you would, I want you to give the viewers your information and also anything else you wanted to add. I think that one thing that did attract me to your profile is that the Christian background that you have, and this is a Christian-based show as well. So anything else that you'd like to add, as well as giving the viewers your contact information, can you do that at this time for us?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the last thing that I want to leave off on is that it has to be a lifestyle change. You can't go keto 5 days and then on the weekend, let's say I'm going to quote unquote cheat and eat all the other foods that you want, because it takes 72 hours for your body to transition into ketosis. So this isn't a 5 days on, 2 days off type of diet. It's definitely a lifestyle. And my information and my business is called Balance 5, Balance Your Faith, Family, Food, Health, and Passion. So I love just empowering women to love life-giving food. I think that God created all of the things that we would need on this earth for us, and He just gave us everything here that we need to take care of our bodies. And so I just love that, and just love empowering women to love their bodies, and then going in back to their community or their home or their family and sharing that with them. So I do lots of different things. I do online and in-person nutrition counseling. I do cooking classes that are either a demonstration or hands-on, things like grocery store tours. And some of my favorite things are just doing motivational and public speaking at churches, like women's conferences and luncheons and monks groups. Those are few of the favorite things that I love to do, and just educate women on nutrition and loving their body, and just remembering that God has given us this food on this earth to take care of our bodies.
Awesome.
So you can definitely find me online on Instagram, Facebook, social media at Balance Your 5. It's the number 5. Or you can also visit my website, balanceyour5.com. And same thing as email. If you want to shoot me an email, you can shoot me an email at balanceyour5@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. This was awesome, and I will definitely be in contact with you in the future, but we appreciate you. May God bless you for sharing your knowledge with the viewers of the Lady T Show.
Thanks so much for having me on the show, ladies.
All right. You have a great week.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, we are out of time, and it flies by, just whoosh, whoosh. So we want to thank Stephanie. I want to thank Ronda, also Dazzler Cofield, Miss Deborah Cofield as well. I know you're watching. Miss Brenda King, is she watching tonight? Brenda, she's watching as well, so thank you. Also, my stage engineer, Lee, I want to thank you as well. We're out of time. We want you to have a great, blessed week. If you want to get in contact with Stephanie, get in contact with me, ladytshow@gmail.com. That's ladytshow@gmail.com. We'll see you back on 4th Sunday for the Lady T Show. Bye-bye.
Is a family-owned full-service real estate company that specializes in residential construction. In addition to building residential homes, we buy, sell, trade, and lease properties in the Rocky Mount, Nashville, and surrounding areas. We're currently building in Weathervane Hill, Fairfield Village, and Wedgewood Commons subdivisions. Our company has a reputation for building long-standing relationships with our clients, and we stand behind our quality homes with amazing customer service long after the papers have been signed. Contact us today at 252-937-6022 or visit us at our new location at 430 South Wesleyan Boulevard off of Highway 301 next to People's Building Supply.
I'm Daniel Moss, owner of Cornerstone Funeral Home, and I'd like to invite you and your family to give our family an opportunity to serve you in your time of need. And we offer a full line of funeral services, everything from visitations to graveside services to cremations on site with a live crematory, as well as a banquet hall to meet the catering needs of our families that we serve. We offer catering service. We offer refreshments prior to visitations and services of our family. And we want to invite you to come and experience the difference here at Cornerstone Funeral Home.